Star Wars Lords of the Sith review. What's going on, guys? Star Wars Lords of the Sith is a book that's been out for about 2 years or so, but since I've done other Star Wars book reviews that you guys have enjoyed, I decided to do a book review on all the Star Wars books within Star Wars canon. That way you can get my personal take and flavor when it comes to reviewing these Star Wars novels. And with Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, being released over a month ago, I feel that it's mandatory that I educate you all on the Star Wars in areas that you might not be entirely familiar about. And today we're going to be going over Star Wars Lords of the Sith. I strongly recommend for a lot of you guys who can't get into Star Wars to check out the Darth Vader comic Volume 2. Links will be in this description below, as well as the physical and audio copies for this book, Star Wars Lords of the Sith, and other Star Wars novels. Anyway, let's get to what you guys came for, which is the book review. Star Wars Lords of the Sith is a book about Darth Vader and Darth Sidious, as you would expect, that takes place in between Star Wars Episode 3 and Rogue One. It's more accurate to say that now opposed to saying Star Wars Episode 3 and 4. And to give it a more specific timeline placement for my more hardcore fans, it takes place after Episode 3, obviously, after the Darth Vader Volume 2 comic book, sometime before the Star Wars Rebels TV series. We know this to be true because the first major act of resistance to the Empire takes place within this book, and other characters make an appearance, such as Cham Syndulla, a Twi'lek man who is the father of Hera Syndulla from the Star Wars Rebels TV show, who also started the spark that inspired Bail Organa's rebellion. Star Wars Lords of the Sith novel is primarily told from the perspective of Darth Vader and Cham Syndulla. I'll start with Cham first. Cham Syndulla is the leader of the resistance group that has been causing problems for the Empire on his home planet Ryloth, located in the Outer Rim near Tatooine. He pays off an officer within the Imperial Army named Belcor Dre for tips on how to best resist the Empire. Belcor Dre wishes to usurp some higher-ranking officers, so he's happy to help Cham with his goals at first, but he's eventually blackmailed by Cham into informing him that Darth Vader and the Emperor himself will be visiting Ryloth. Cham Syndulla then organizes an ambush for the Star Destroyer that the Empire will be traveling on, and throws everything he has, including the kitchen sink, in order to bring the Emperor down. He succeeds in blowing up the Star Destroyer, but the Emperor escapes to the surface of Ryloth, and Cham Syndulla and his team search for him while the Emperor and Darth Vader try to get to safety. From Darth Vader's perspective, it talks about his relationship with the Emperor, and this book gives us some great insight on the Sith Master versus the Sith Apprentice relationship. What makes Darth Vader and Darth Sidious' relationship among the Sith Lords is that they have respect for one another and actually consider each other friends. Darth Sidious did not have the same type of relationship with Darth Maul and Count Dooku, aka Darth Tyrannus, where he would abuse periodically. This novel, more than any other source of media, truly explains the mentality and thought process of Darth Vader. Despite being severely crippled, Darth Vader is a very capable and powerful character, but the thing he hates most is himself. It is the nature of the Sith Apprentice to try to overthrow the Master, but it really appears that Darth Vader wishes to willingly punish himself by being in servitude of Darth Sidious, despite being able to rival him in power and being slightly superior with a lightsaber. It also displays Darth Sidious' faith in the Force. It is my honest opinion that Darth Sidious had more trust in the Force than any other character in Star Wars history, not just in the dark side, which is why he was so successful for so long. For the very first time in Star Wars, we get to see Darth Vader and Darth Sidious work together and fight side by side, in a similar fashion to how we see Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars era. It's nothing short of awesome. The only other time that we really get to see Sith Lords work together was when Maul and Savage Opress were trying to become Sith Lords in the galaxy during the reign of Darth Sidious. Star Wars Lords of the Sith is my most favorite novel in Star Wars canon, as well as the entire Star Wars mythos. You see my other Star Wars book reviews where I put other books within the spectrum of this book and Star Wars Rogue One Catalyst. Because of its great storytelling and thrilling action, I have to give Star Wars Lords of the Sith an A+. If you're interested in this book, again, I have links in the description below, as well as links to my favorite Star Wars comic books. Please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Star Wars related content. This is your boy, BRIMEZUS, the wisest and most powerful of all nerds. I will see you guys next time.